Welcome everyone to the Clay Soldier Battle Tournament 2015. This is the start of the actual tournament. No more elimination rounds. That's right, when Clay Soldiers actually win, they will be moving up in the ranks of the tournament this time. Anyone who loses is gone for good. There are no more second chances. This is their only shot to obtain fame and glory, and the chance to fight the ultimate clay warrior, Lord Bob. So, let's take a look at who we have on the board. So, coming up first on the board, we are going to see Short Circuit taking on the Dark Lancers. And the winner of that round will be facing off against whoever wins in the battle between the Grey Thuds and the Roaring Reds. On the opposite side of this first section, we have the Cyan Sailors facing off against Mage-Enta. And they will be taking on whoever is victorious between the Green Geckos and the Yellow Horde. Who knows, perhaps we will see a battle between the Grey Thuds and the Yellow Horde. Now that would be quite an interesting matchup, as both of them have fairly massive armies. But before anything else happens, we must choose where they will be fighting. Short Circuit versus Dark Lancers. They will do battle in the Duneland Desert. So, let's get the teams out, prepared in their field, and let the tournament finally begin. Alright, we have both teams loaded in. Dark Lancers on the left and Short Circuit on the right. If you are having a hard time remembering Short Circuit, remember, they have enhanced range capabilities. Every single one of their units is equipped with a lightning bolt style attack. Their elite units have significantly more lightning bolts to use than their basic units, and they all have incredible speed. And over on the Dark Lancer side, we have basically a complete cavalry unit. Most of their units are equipped with shields, studded with iron to help them ward off range attacks. But their elite units are also equipped with lightning attack capabilities. So it is a very interesting matchup we have here. And let's get the statistic display ready to go. In 3, 2, 1, let the battle begin. Alright, we have Short Circuit sprinting across the battlefield yet again. They are extremely fast. And it looks fairly even first off. The mounted units, however, are becoming useless as water will automatically dismount any clay soldier. As any arena that there's water in is going to be a difficult arena for the cavalry to maintain their mounted superiority. However, it seems that the enhanced defense of the Dark Lancers is allowing them to maintain an equal footing with the Short Circuit team. I imagine the studded shield is reflecting quite a bit of lightning blasts for them. Dark Lancers are maintaining their lead. Short Circuit not doing that well. It seems that putting all of their eggs into one enhanced range attack basket has not yielded the results that they were probably looking for in this tournament. That said, it is still maintaining to be a pretty even battle. We see lots of sugar and iron and sticks just littering the ground everywhere. Dark Lancers still doing very powerful. Short Circuit, they do not have much longer in this tournament, it seems. With one unit remaining... Ooh, that unit has managed to get on a horse. That might allow him to survive a little bit longer. Oh, he fell off it as soon as he stepped in the water. Such a shame. Still, he's managing to last a lot longer than I would have expected. And there he goes, finally slain. Short Circuit, they are out of the battle. Dark Lancers, they get to move on to the next tier. And so, with Short Circuit knocked out of the tournament, Dark Lancers move forward in the rounds. but who is going to be their opponent? Is it going to be the Grey Thuds or the Roaring Reds? If the Roaring Reds' last performance is any indication, they will probably crumble underneath the might of the Grey Thuds' melee superiority. Where shall they do battle? The battle shall be fought in Salvation Island. This will be an interesting matchup. And once again, we will see a clay-filled battle on this island of salvation. Two teams, very different tactics. One focused exclusively on ranged fire damage. The other, a team focused on doing as much melee damage as fast as they can. My odds are favoring the Grey Thuds in this round, however, because the Roaring Reds, all their attacks are fire-based. And this map is pretty much the worst map they could have fought in. Water everywhere, no way that the fire can stay lit. Will they pull a miracle out and manage to defeat the massive army of the Grey Thuds? Unlikely, but there's only one way to find out. In 3, 2, 1, let the battle begin. Grey Thuds sprinting into the water, swimming away with ease. The Roaring Reds getting some volleys of fire shot off, doing some damage to the Grey Thuds. They're actually managing to hold the Grey Thuds off and keep them in the water, which is the only thing that I can think that will work to their advantage. Just managing to maintain that ground, keeping the Grey Thuds as far away from the melee combat as they possibly can. Perhaps this arena actually is working to the Roaring Reds' advantage more than I expected it would be. But it looks like their range attacks are starting to come to an end. They just do not have the ammo capacity to keep throwing fireball after fireball, keeping the Grey Thuds in that water. Now they are rapidly losing numbers. Still, they are maintaining quite an impressive amount of survivability. And there's the sound of weapons and armor and shields just starting to shatter under the constant onslaught of damage and attack. It looks like a couple Grey Thuds have actually managed to pick up bricks themselves. A mistake on their part, as that ruins their melee capabilities and will likely cause several of them to drown. It seems that the Grey Thuds are actually having a little bit of difficulty getting out of the water in the first place to do melee damage. That said, the ones that do get out, they are managing to do an impressive amount of damage to the remaining Red Army. The Roaring Reds have fallen down to half of what they had a moment ago. But so far, things are starting to stagnate a bit. This actually could be a battle where I have to call it due to a timeout. Not much damage is being done to either side. Alright then, we are going to start the timer. 30 seconds on the clock. Starting now. With only 7 more to go, will the Grey Thuds actually manage to completely eliminate the Roaring Reds before time runs out? Or will this match simply be called in their favor in the last 15 seconds of the fight? And we're down to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the match is over. the Grey Thuds have managed to win. Though surprisingly, it was due to a timeout and not an actual knockout. Roaring Reds, they managed to survive, but as soon as their range capabilities came to an end, it was only a matter of time. Grey Thuds move on to face the Dark Lancers in the quarterfinals.